I cannot believe we have to sit here and discuss Jalen Hurts being outperformed by Kenny Pickett at one OTA's practice. No, not the factors that are going to lead to this team's success or the ongoing positional battles or anything else that's very interesting. No, we have to sit here and dispel a headline, a rumor that is complete BS. So we'll talk about that. And also, I want to get into one player I think is going to shock a lot of people and rise above expectations. But welcome into A to Z Philly. I'm RB. Do us a favor, hit the like button on this show and subscribe so you don't miss our coverage. We cover the birds every single day. I want to start off with a picture of A.J. Brown. ML Football says Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown is absolutely shredded. He has done a lot of boxing this offseason. This picture was posted on the IG story of A.J. Brown, and boy, does he look in good shape. I think he's going to have another big-time season. He's already set all kinds of Eagles records in his first 2 years. I think he's going to have an even better year this year with all the weapons. What do you think AJ's final stat line is going to be? Let me know down below. But as you may notice, I went to ML Football, not because I want to give this clown page any publicity, but because they are the ones that started this whole stupid controversy. First off, A.J. Brown? Who's A.J. Brown? A.J. Eyebrow? Come on now. It's A.J. Brown. But ML Football started this complete BS rumor, and it's really ticking me off because, first off, people started to notice this post right here, and it's on the Instagram story of a guy named Tony Raz, and it says, Kenny Pickett delivers. The backup quarterback looked sharper than Jalen Hurts, to be honest. Hurts was on the money on his first 2 7-on-7 throws, hitting A.J. Brown on a quick inside slant, then following up with a nice sideline throw about 15 yards. Pickett, though, was consistently on target. The Eagles can win games with him if something happens to Hurts. All right, let's take a step back. Let me simplify this for you, very simple, because look, man, if you do 2 seconds of research, you would realize what's going on here. And that's the problem nowadays. People will literally see a clickbait title or a headline, and they don't even click on it to see what the person is talking about, what's going on. So everybody started to notice this post, and they thought Tony Raz put this out, and it was his thoughts. As you can kind of faintly see, it's a screenshot. We'll get to that in a second. But who's Tony Raz? One quick Google search. Tony Raz is the personal quarterback coach of Kenny Pickett. He trains him. He helps him out with a bunch of areas. He's worked with other athletes. So that's who Tony Raz is. He's putting that here on his IG story in support of Kenny Pickett, as he should. But if you do a little bit of a deeper dive, you realize that this is from an article from an Eagles writer named Ed Kratz. And if you know who Ed Kratz is, he's been involved in a lot of things over the years. He has a lot of experience, but he's also known to kind of stir up the pot at times. And Ed Kratz put out an article. And what's the name of the article? One quick Google search. Eagles OTA overreactions. Overreaction being the key word here. And he puts Kenny Pickett in the title. And look at that. Number 1. It's right there. And by the way, this makes no damn sense because the last sentence here says the Eagles can win games if something happens to Hurts. Great. I hope they can. I hope Kenny Pickett, the Eagle fan growing up, comes home and can resurrect his career and can be a solid backup if something happens to Jalen Hurts. So what was the point of putting here the backup quarterback looks better than Jalen Hurts or sharper than Jalen Hurts? You know what that is? That is, we are in the middle of the offseason. I am not pulling any clicks, and I need to make up a BS rumor and headline to get it stirred up. But ML Football is the instigator for pulling this out of the article, putting it on Twitter, by the way, where it is now deleted. It is now deleted off the ML Football Twitter page because they know they were stirring up clickbait, and they had some kind of BS headline as well, like Kenny Pickett is outperforming Jalen Hurts at OTAs. And that is why you have to do your due diligence and read into stuff before absolutely blindly believing it. Because then other little Twitter pages who are trying to grow their following are just throwing it out there, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Why are we trying to create another quarterback controversy? It is Jalen Hurts' team, and he's going to be damn good this season. He's going to be at an MVP level and lead this team back to where they need to go. Hopefully Kenny Pickett is a great backup quarterback, but it is Jalen Hurts' team. So let's stop with the BS. Thank you very much. Now, on a positive note, we have one player to get into who I think is going to be really, really good this season, and I think he's going to really shock a lot of people. But before we get into that, a shout out to our sponsor of today's show. It is BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up with our code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to parlays, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever, so find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today, use bonus code ATOZPA, and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Speaking of that, I'd put my money on Isaiah Rodgers to be a guy this season, okay? He put this post out on Twitter, and he says, "I'm not going anywhere. I am here to stay." With the lock emoji. Is Isaiah Rodgers a lock to make the Eagles 53? I'm starting to think he is. And one reason I believe that is because as they reported at OTAs, like he's already getting first team reps. Eagles lined up with Big Play Slay and Isaiah Rodgers on the outside. James Bradbury was not in attendance. I don't know if he's going to be here moving forward. I feel like he would have a bounce back season, maybe not be an all-pro corner, but I feel like he'd have a pretty good season just because last season, everything just collapsed so bad inwards. But either way, if James Bradbury's not here, you don't want to pay him. Cool. We have a lot of other guys in the gauntlet waiting, a lot of depth, and Isaiah Rodgers getting first team reps. I think he's going to be the sneaky player on this defense. Avonte Maddox lined up in the slot, and Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean were on the second team. But when we think about Isaiah Rodgers, he was a very, very underrated addition, like it says right here. He's only 26 years old, 5'10", 170, played 45 games, started 10 of them in Indy, and, he's just been a very, very solid corner. He was a 6th-round pick, and then he was graded as one of the top corners by PFF. Now, unfortunately, he got involved in the gambling situation, and he owned up to his mistakes. He said it was wrong, and he wasn't able to play for an entire season. And the Colts cut him. They got rid of him. So, Howie Roseman, I guess, did his due diligence, and it was a great stash pick, right? We'll keep him around. We'll save him for if he's needed. And here he is now looking like he's going to be a player for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's very confident. I like the swagger. And if he can provide some depth on the outside and maybe be, a number 2 corner until this Bradbury situation gets figured out or until Quinyon Mitchell is ready to go if he's not ready day one, I just think this makes perfect sense. You didn't have to give up anything really to get him. And, it's pretty much just like getting a player that already has something there. So I think Isaiah Rodgers is going to be a player on this defense. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes some noise. And, a lot of people in this situation have a lot to prove, right? Like, he wants to let the NFL know, I made my mistakes, but I'm coming back. But give me your thoughts down below. Do you think he's going to play? Yes or no? Appreciate everybody tapping in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.